everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of TeaLimePie. This is where we read your ghost stories from the internet and discuss. I myself am a skeptic, and my friend Ghostea is a believer and resident ghost expert.
Woo!
Woo! Full disclosure, we started reading a story before this, and it was bad.
It was just not fun to read.
It was just bad. So we're starting over. Take 2. Episode 3, take 2.
Episode 3.5.
This is what you get when you're like, when you go in blind.
Yeah. Sometimes
I'm
you
too
just
old
don't
to
know.
read these Reddit stories.
Yeah.
Imagine, honestly, though, being a ghost and from like the 1900s and having to watch us.
Yeah.
Like, I would fuck with us too.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
What are these children saying? I can't even understand a word.
What is
Skibbity
skibbity? What does that even mean?
Oh my god.
All right. So our first story today is called Working with a ... Ghost.
Ghost?
Ooh. Okay. I'd gotten called into a shift at work. I only had to work 6:30 till 10, so it wasn't too bad, but it still felt really long. We were really slow. Anyways, my best friend and I had a shift together, so of course, we chit-chat when there's no one around. She was working the deli and I was the register. Well, I ended up needing to go to the bathroom, so I had her cover the register for me. My legs were hurting pretty bad, so I sat there for a few minutes in silence.
Sometimes you just gotta
Poop on company time.
Yeah, I relate to that so bad.
I heard the door start to wiggle like someone was trying to open it, so I yelled out, "Wrong bathroom," and it stopped. The customer bathroom key is really loud because the metal piece on it, so I would have heard if it was picked up. I never heard anything. The door once again started to wiggle, this time more aggressively. I immediately texted my friend on Snapchat. Why would you? Okay, if someone sent me a snap from the bathroom, I wouldn't check it.
Not at work. I'm waiting till I get home.
Like, if I knew they were in the bathroom, I would immediately be like, did they just send me a picture of their dump?
Yeah.
Like, keep that poop to yourself.
It happens in the bathroom, stays in the bathroom.
I immediately texted my friend on Snapchat to see if it was her messing with me, and it wasn't. So I got up and went out. Not a soul customer in the store. I was a little freaked out, but this is when it started to get really weird.
I didn't poop, but there was poop in the toilet.
I didn't have to poop before, but my pants were bound after. It was like 7:38, and it was really windy out. All right, well, this story is debunked. Next!
Hear him out, hear him out.
We were talking to each other at the register because there was no one in the store. All of a sudden, the office door slammed shut. Not a breeze in the store. Not one in sight. But, okay.
The
You just said it's windy.
The wind was really glittery that day. You could see it very clearly.
Not one in sight. All right. Just us. You have to physically shut the door for it to close.
You mean you didn't learn the Jedi mind trick to close the door? That's not a normal thing they teach you in kindergarten? Well, shit.
Fuck, I hate it when I have to physically close the door.
Oh my god, what an inconvenience.
Jesus. You had to physically shut the door for it to close, and it slammed. She has left for the night at 9, and I was alone for about an hour, so I started doing my coffee. started doing my coffee, which involves going to the kitchen to dump them in the sink.
Oh, wait. It must just be something at work that they know what they're talking about.
I guess. So, yeah, okay. They said it looked like they work at a deli. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
To dump them in the sink. Anyways, I was dumping the coffees when I hear a loud crash out in the store. So I ran out to find nothing. So I went to go back into the kitchen and the sink was running, which I didn't turn on in the first place. At this point, I started to get angry. I yelled out, "Whoever or whatever is messing with me, stop it, it's not funny." And the store went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. So I put on some music to ease the quiet. 9:55 rolled around and I started to close down. I was counting down the drawer, and that's when I heard a crash come from the kitchen. I was the only one here. I had locked the door already and checked the back door, locked. I finished the count and walked and clocked out. And as I clocked out, the door, as I unlocked the door and put the code in to leave, I yelled out, "Leave me alone and stop fucking with me." I walked out, shut the store down and left.
Huh. What crashed? There had to be something. What crashed?
Yeah, what? She didn't go investigate. She was just like a whale.
The opener the next day shows up and the whole shelf is like knocked over. He's like, what the fuck? Huh.
I love it was really windy that day, but not a breeze in sight.
Yeah, why bring up the wind? It didn't really have anything to do, well, whatever. But what crashed? It's gonna bug me forever. I need to know what crashed.
We need an update.
I need to know it crashed twice, actually.
Wibbles!
Yeah.
It's the name of this poster. Wibbles.
Wibbles, gimme.
We need an update. What was it?
Yeah. Huh.
Not a breeze in sight.
Mm-hmm. The bathroom door, like, getting, like, shaken around, like, it's a personal stress of mine. I'm always like, please nobody try the door. Just go away.
If I ever have to use, like, a public bathroom, it's like my biggest fear is that someone's gonna try and open the door.
Mm-hmm. And then
like the thought of, oh fuck, did I lock it? Is someone gonna catch me pooping?
Yeah, or when it's like a weird door and you're like, I think I locked it right. I actually don't know if it's locked.
Those like push and turn ones.
Yeah. Or there was one recently where it was like, it had the keypad on the outside. So on the inside, I had to like hit a button for it to lock, and I'm like, it didn't make
There's
it like
a keypad on your bathroom stall?
It was a coffee shop or something, like a public space. They're like putting more of those, like, you have to get the code from the barista kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah. But so
I've never heard of that before.
It was one of those. So when I closed the door on the inside, I had to hit a button, but you know how like mechanical lock, when you hit the button, you kind of hear it go like to lock. It didn't make a noise, so I'm like, I think it's locked. I gotta go real fast just in case. So scared. And with those keypad ones, I'm like, but if I locked it, what if it malfunctions and somebody puts the code in and it unlocks it for them, even though I'm still I hate those so much.
I've never seen those in my life.
It sucks. Anyway.
It's like that the ghost started fucking with her while she was like clearly blowing off work.
Yeah, for sure.
My legs hurt, so I'm just gonna sit in the toilet for an hour.
Yup. It was a former manager of the store as the ghost.
Get out of the bathroom.
You
got time to leave. You got time to clean.
Yeah. Exactly. Without knowing what made this crashing noise, I don't even know what else to say. What crashed twice?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not enough details. I need more.
Let's start a little comment. Not enough details.
Yeah.
The color was the poop. Was it a floater?
Was it a ghost poop?
What crashed in the back room?
Yeah, what the heck?
Did you have to physically close the door?
Oh. Like, I know what they were trying to say, but it's still funny.
Yeah. They were trying to make it sound like super dramatic.
Yeah. Anyway.
What story have you picked for us tonight?
I picked My Dog Saw a Ghost.
Ooh.
Gotta love those pets. There's like 3 different little stories from them in this one.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So let's hear about this puppy.
We love doggies.
I once lived in a house that I am convinced was haunted. I never saw a ghost, but I had a puppy, and he constantly acted like someone else was in the room with us. Ooh. It was an old one-story house that wasn't nice, but I was young, living on my own for the first time, and was working in a small town. Most landlords didn't allow pets, but one did, so I put up with the old house so I could get a dog. He was a shy Labrador mix who was very reserved and wary of people, likely due to abuse, but he quickly warmed up to me. There were 3 instances that I can still recall to this day, 20 plus years later, that terrified me. Number 1. One night, I was sitting in my chair watching TV while my dog lay at my feet chewing on a rawhide bone. The house had an L-shaped open concept. Kitchen led to the dining room and then living room to the right. All of a sudden, my dog stopped chewing his bone, stared into the living room, and started growling. He never made noise in the house, so I was surprised. Then the barking started, low at first, then building in intensity. I sat frozen in the chair, wondering what he was looking at and trying to calm him down. Eventually, he stopped and went back to chewing his bone. I brushed this off to his different personality because I didn't want to think I was living in a haunted house. That's fair.
Yeah. Wait, they said this dog was a golden retriever?
Some kind of lab mix.
Okay, those dogs are crazy. And missing at least 3 brain cells. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm kidding. I love labs. But my stepdad had a lab, a golden lab. He was the dumbest fucking being on the planet. I loved him with my whole being. But my God, he was dumb.
Yeah.
Like, you know how some dogs like accidentally run into like the sliding glass door or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, this one would do it like constantly.
Oh no.
Like he would try and run outside and he'd run into the door and then back up.
Yeah. Buddy.
I'm sorry to all of those Labrador.
All the dogs listening.
Yeah. Labs are not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Hearts of gold, but
Absolutely.
All right, there's second instance. One night I woke in the middle of the night to my dog pacing and growling beside my bed. I told him to quiet and lie down. I heard him drop something. That's weird, I thought. The door was shut, and I purposely kept his toys out of the bedroom when I went to sleep. It was a rope toy that he had no interest in unless someone held it and pulled him around the room. It was almost as if someone was tugging at one end and playing with him. I told myself I was letting my imagination run wild and to forget it.
I like how this person is just letting everything roll off their shoulders.
Yeah.
There was a ghost playing with my dog in my room. I was trying to sleep. I was like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep.
I'm not gonna think about it anymore.
Yeah. Like, I would at least check.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. Especially if it's a dog, like, you know, your dog doesn't really react to stuff. Like, with Mabel, I just have to do that because I'm like, I'm never gonna sleep if I check every single thing you decide to grumble about, because likely it's
Right.
someone's bass off in the distance that I can't even hear. Like,
Yeah.
but when you know your dog is like chill, then yeah, I definitely check it out. Their third point, and apparently this was the worst. One night I was getting ready for bed while he was out in the yard before going to bed. Suddenly, I heard him barking loudly. I thought there must be a dog on the sidewalk. It's happened before. So I went to the dining room window to look. It was a floor-to-ceiling window that I put sheaths over that were pretty useless. You could pretty much see right inside. But I was young and trying to decorate. Anyway, I pushed
At least it wasn't like one of those, like the blanket, like, you know, those fluffy throw blankets they put on the window.
Yeah.
I think every, like, first time living on your owner did that.
Oh, for sure. Especially when you have a window, like, with the sun that comes right in and you only have those thin blinds. You're like, I'm putting a blanket in the window.
Yeah.
For sure.
Who needs curtains? We have a blanket.
Yeah, exactly. Totally break the blinds and have to pay the deposit. I pushed the sheets aside to get a good view of what he was barking at, and I jumped. He was standing right at the window, staring back into the house, ears perked up and hair on his back standing up. He stopped barking, looked up at me, then stepped to the right and looked and did the Macarena. And looked around at me and continued barking. Ooh. I whirled around expecting to see somebody behind me, but no one was there. My heart pounding, I froze. My dog kept barking. I was staring into the kitchen, wondering if someone had broken in and was now hiding by the back door or in the bathroom that was off the kitchen. It took every ounce of courage I had, but I charged the kitchen, grabbing a frying pan on the way, fully ready to confront whoever was in the house. But there was nobody there. I let my dog in. He quickly charged a few feet in, froze, stared in the kitchen for a few moments, then relaxed and went and lied down. The last one was it. I started looking for a new place to live the next day, and we moved about a month later. Could all these instances be rationally explained? Absolutely. But that dog lived another 9 years, and he never behaved the way he did in that house ever again. That's
Dang.
See, if it never happens, it's weird when it does.
Okay, but honestly, could have been seeing a reflection in the window.
Maybe. But he was already barking at the house before he came to the window and, like, opened it.
Also, why was the dog, like, just mysteriously outside the front? Like, usually when you let your dog out, it's in the backyard. Is this dog roaming the neighborhood?
Our front yard, or our yard is the front. Like, we don't have a backyard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because we're
okay,
in
I
a
take
corner,
it back.
so, like, our front, we have, like, a front and side yard and no backyard.
Gotcha. All right, I take it back.
But this is why I never, like, the people that just let their dog out and then, like, go do something else, I could never. Like, I stand at the door and wait for her to be done because I'm so afraid of somebody, like, coming in and being like, ooh, somebody left the door open, and just, like, walking in, like,
I wouldn't be able to leave. So what we used to let, like, we lived in, like, bumfuck nowhere. So we would let the dogs out, and, like, the yard was completely fenced in, and we would just, like leave. We would close the door and just go about our day, and, like, if the dog wanted back in, it would paw at the door.
I'm also so paranoid that somebody's gonna steal my dog too. Like, I'm so anxious and paranoid about every scenario possible that can happen, and I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna stand here and watch you do your thing, and then we're both gonna go back in together.
Mom, stop watching me.
Everybody watches each other poop in this house.
Does that mean that, like, Mabel is, like, watching you every time you go to the bathroom, just sitting at the door?
She loves coming in. If you close the door, if it's not closed all the way, she'll bop it open and be like, how dare you? I need to be included in this activity. You cannot close the door.
I love that.
Yeah. I hate that. Ugh.
All right, I've got one.
Okay.
It seems I skimmed it.
Okay.
It seems pretty creepy. This is a creepy one.
Okay.
So it's called Turns Out Wasn't Sleep Paralysis.
Oh no.
It's pretty short.
Okay.
So, a few years ago, I got woken up in the middle of the night by a vibrating after image in the shape of a hand. I got freaked out by that, and on instinct, sat straight up, rubbed my eyes, and then opened them. The after image left. On the far right corner of my bed, though, was The Ring style looking woman sitting with her legs folded, and the only difference in her appearance being that her hair didn't cover up her face. So I could see her glowing white eyes. Not that I've never seen the movie before. I still haven't.
Oh, it's so good.
I hate it. When I was a kid, I watched it when I was a kid. And I had to like get my mom to remove. We had this like old tiny tube TV in our bedroom for like VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, had to get my mom to remove it. I couldn't sleep with it in the room. Okay, still haven't. She was staring at me, and then in Christian Instinct, freaking recited a verse from the Bible. Oh, she recited a verse from the Bible. Okay. She then covered up her ears, tilted her head backwards, and inaudibly screamed.
Oh, okay.
After that, she sort of faded away and was gone. I wasn't scared at all.
Oh.
I would be. What the fuck? I wasn't scared at all when that happened for some reason, though. Probably because I wasn't completely awake at the time. Also, yeah, I know it sounds fake, cheesy, which is why I wrote it off simply as sleep paralysis. And that woman was just my sleep paralysis demon. But it just doesn't make any sense for it to be sleep paralysis since I moved a lot during that encounter. Also note that I don't remember this is wrong since I wrote down what happened. Oh, remember this wrong since I wrote down what happened when it did. My sister also told me that she had seen a woman before in the far back of her bed crawling towards her when she woke up in the middle of the night. And then she left when she closed her eyes.
That's my worst nightmare.
We sleep in the same bed, but what?
Oh, bunk bed.
We sleep in the same bed. A bunk bed. Okay. How old is this person?
Young enough, I guess.
My mom also told me that she's seen the same woman in the corner of the living room for a split second. Also, this isn't the only ghost sighting I've had. A few years before this happened, I saw a silhouette of a girl with a ponytail running from the left to the right end of the hallway.
She had the zoomies.
Happened in the middle of the night when I went to go get a drink of some water. Another time was when I was in bed and saw the silhouette of a tall man in a doorway past the hallway. Yeah, this all happened in Germany, by the way, where, well, tons of war happened and loads of people probably died right where I live, so that's probably it. I don't know. What a way to end that story. What the fuck?
Bad juju going on.
I don't think I would go back to sleep if I saw like this creepy woman sitting at the end of my bed
and like crawling toward. Oh,
yeah.
That is why I can't sleep without blankets on. I know it wouldn't stop the ghost from crawling up my bed, but at least they're not touching my legs and my feet. Like that would be too much.
I was like, what does blankets have to do with?
I don't want it. It's less. I feel safe when it's at least not touching like me. It's you can crawl in the blanket, but don't touch me.
Also, if it's not sleep paralysis, she could have been like half sleeping.
Yeah.
Like that's happened to me before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm also confused. Like, did the girl recite Christian verses from the Bible at her? Or did she do it to the girl?
She was staring at me, and then the real living person.
I then in Christian
said
instinct.
it.
Okay, good. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
To try and be like, be gone, demon.
Away, demon.
The power of Christ compels you. She then tilted her head backward. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So creepy.
That is super creepy.
Yeah.
Definitely a dream, though.
Yeah. Well, her sister and her mom both saw it different times, though. Different days. The bed crawling thing was her sister some other time.
Okay, but was she like, hey, I saw this woman while I was trying to sleep, and was her sister like, yeah, totally, me too?
That I don't know. She doesn't say when they all have this conversation.
True. You have to take it with a grain of salt. Is the sister just a liar?
But the mom, too. She's
Could
seen the same
mother?
woman in the living room. I don't know.
I don't know.
If they're all messing with her, that's just mean. Terrible
Yeah,
prank.
you're totally seeing ghosts.
Yeah, I saw it too.
We see them every day.
Yeah. Loser.
All right. Well, that's all the stories we have for today. So nice, quick ones.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening in. If you like what we do, don't forget to subscribe. If you want us to read your ghost stories or stories that you have found on the internet, leave them in a comment down below.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Sweet dreams.